Bill, I believe your idea about acting is not just talent and creativity and imagination, but it's also this business side, this very left brain type of thinking about marketing and spending time on the computer and selling yourself and being your brand. As you've moved up the ranks, as you've been here 4 years and booked more roles and become more noticeable, do you see that other people in that stratosphere also think the same? And the ones that maybe you might have climbed past didn't think that way?
Well, I don't think I've climbed past anybody. They're probably right on my butt right now, and I just don't know it. But the answer is yes. When you deal with actors who have been here longer than I have and have been more successful than I have, they're very, very business-minded and very marketing-minded and very strategic-minded. I don't think they would have lasted, especially not at my age. You know, when I look at actors who are my age and who most of them have either quit or they've made it really big. And so the people that I know who are in my age range who've made it really big have done it by being absolutely strategic when it comes to marketing. I think it's important. I've done some marketing seminars where I've spoken to actors and said, this is what you need to do. And then I've had some of them afterwards contact me and say, well, can I pay you to do it? No, I mean, it's a full-time job, and you have to do it from your passion. Nobody can do this for you. But it's the thing, actors don't like to do paperwork, and you know, generally we don't like that side of things, but it's essential.
If you were to break down your day or your week, how much time of your waking hours are spent on the business side, the being at the computer, and how much is spent on the creative, thinking of a great character, backstudy and rehearsing lines, and hey, can we meet to go over this scene?
12 hours in 1 hour. The 1 hour is a stretch. I've got to shoot tomorrow, so when I get done with you guys, I'm going to walk around Hollywood and look at my lines and feel them and struggle with them and think, oh my God, I can't do this. And then I'll walk up to Griffith Park and I'll pray and I'll think I can't do this, and then I'll decide that I can do it, and then it's done. I'm ready to go to set. But I've spent the entire week before talking to you guys marketing and submitting and stroking relationships and looking for projects and reading scripts. So yeah, a lot of it's business. Reading scripts is hard. When people start sending you scripts, you get 5 scripts in a week. It's wonderful to be sent scripts, but it takes 2 hours to read each one if you're actually going to read it and not cheat and just say, oh, my role is Bob. I'm just going to look for all the instances of Bob in the script. So yes, the marketing, the business, that's 99.9% of the time.
You mentioned walking around Hollywood reciting your lines. We
Yes.
just saw a young man the other day, and we were so fascinated by this guy who was in his own world rehearsing. Is that something that you do? Is that I found it fascinating to watch this.
Yeah, because people think you're crazy, and it helps the sense of isolation that you have to have as an actor. You have to be completely in your character. And I do this, you know, I walk to the gym, I walk back and forth with my lines, my little sides in my hands. I'm talking to myself out loud, and people stare and pull their children away. And, you know, it's okay. That's what an actor does. I find that the best way for me to learn lines and to get the meaning of the lines is to move while I'm doing it. I can't do it while I'm sitting down. So it's good to walk and be in motion and try to figure out these lines. And the words will tell you how they want to be said if you walk with them enough. Like, you might think you have a line reading, but just keep working it, keep working it, keep walking, keep moving, and the words will tell you, no, this is how I want to be said. And then you'll have your reading that you can take to set and have something else in your pocket if the actor wants something different.
And to reiterate what you said, that's like a 1 hour possibly portion of your day, and the other's 12?
Oh yeah, if that. Yeah, if that, because it doesn't, to sit around thinking about how I might play a character that I haven't booked, it's of no benefit. I need to be spending this time booking the character. Then I can start working on the character. It's not a good business for dreamers. I guess unless you're extremely young, extremely beautiful, and you have kind of a backup of money, then you could sit around and dream, but I can't. I don't have time to dream. I don't have time to sit around with other actors and have coffee, and I don't have time for any of that. This is so hard. I don't mean to sound petty in that way, but you have to be completely focused on what you're doing.
What about to do a lot of scene study in films? Sit around all day and watch movies that you love and talk about how Nicholson played it like this and it was amazing and look how he got angry right here. And what about that?
I cannot bring myself when I'm in my apartment to ever watch a movie because I always think there's something else I could be doing. What else could I be doing to further my career instead of looking at Jack Nicholson's career? But I will go to movies a couple times a week. The Egyptian runs a lot of older films, and I've really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed studying these older actors who are in my sort of type, like Lee Marvin, and watching Edward G. Robinson, and watching how these old guys worked the camera. Even though the acting styles are different, there's a lot to be learned. So I'll go to school there, you know, about once a week, but sitting around watching movies in the apartment, I can't do it because I'm always looking at the computer and thinking, is there one more thing I could do before I go to bed tonight? Is there one more thing I could do that might advance my career? God, I'm obsessed. Listening to myself talk, I want to quit this business. I'm too obsessed. But I don't know how to do anything else for a living. This is all I know how to do and all I want to do. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
No, I think it's great.